G'day guys, you're back with Miracle Max. Today in the workshop we have a Mazda Tribute 2004 model, EP I believe the model code is, and it's got a 2.3 litre engine in it. It's got this really strange cooling fan issue. Let's check it out together. So the customer's bought their vehicle in for something totally unrelated, just a drive belt situation, and I noticed when I had the ignition on that the cooling fan seems to be on constantly, or it just seems to hunt up and down all over the shop. So perhaps we should hook up the scan tool and just see if there's any codes. And just to prove my point, have a listen. So at the moment the fan is on constantly, but if we wait long enough it'll cut in and out. There you go. That's not me. Okay, so let's hook up the scan tool before it changes its mind. Before, you could hear the squeal of the pulse width modulator's signal as it was trying to turn the motor. Hear that? That's because the motor goes slower and slower. According to our scan, you can see here that we have a remote keyless entry fault, not concerned about that. Down here we have a cooling fan control circuit malfunction. Now, look, that could mean anything. Let's see if we can just get into that. That's the problem with having the ignition turned on. It's going through its stupid little hissy fit in the meantime. Let's see what this malfunction could mean. I think it might be a sensor, perhaps going to the ECU, but let's have a closer look, shall we? So notice there it says it could be a relay as well. It's a possibility. Air intake temperature sensor, that's a possibility. No, it's unusual though. A faulty vehicle speed sensor, that's interesting. Well, just guess what? It's all quiet on the Western Front. What I decided to do was to get my coolant temperature up there to find out what's going on, of course, but also my duty cycle, because this will tell me if the PCM is telling the module, these guys have a module, to turn the fan off and on. If the PCM is not telling the module to turn the fan off and on, obviously it's a module fault. So I'm just, I've got no signal there at the moment, so I might just run it and see if I can get the engine a little bit warmer. And at the moment the fan's behaving itself, typical. You can see I've just turned the air conditioner on over here. Oh, hang on, there it goes. So I'm not commanding it off and on, am I? It's commanded on to stay on, and you can hear in the background that it's cutting in and out. So I haven't turned it off, and yet it's cutting in and out, isn't it? So most likely it's a module issue. We've got a solid command here to bring the fans on. That's in the air conditioning mode. It should be on at all times when the air conditioner is on. But you can see, you can hear it going faster and slower, can't you? The module is, let me see if I can show you. Hang on, get in there, mate. It's this guy just down in here. It's that little black box just down there somewhere. A bit hard to see. But that's the guy that is playing up the module itself, which in turn feeds the fans, this one and one over the other side as well, at various speeds. So like I said, I've wiggled the wires down in here and they remain the same, it makes no difference. But yeah, I'd say we have a module fault, which is clearly affected by temperature. Oh, there we go, the PCM's just turned it on, but you can hear that it's made no difference. Those fans have been on constantly. So we've got a shorted, I don't know, MOSFET or transistor or something like that, temperature related. So I recommended the customer that they need another cooling fan module. So I'm not sure what's going to happen at this point in time, what the customer will do. I'll recommend that the module gets replaced, but hey, it's up to them, it's their money. So we might end up having a short video, or we might end up with a positive outcome. We'll have to wait and see. The customer asked me to go ahead with the repair, so I ordered the part, finally got the part. Of course, this time of the year, very slow in postage and freight, etc. But let's fit this little guy and see if that solved the issue. There's three connectors that we need to get off on the fan module. Get this hose out the road. There's a guy right over here on the left hand side, and then there's two right down on the base there. I'll show you of course on the new one just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So that's the new module there. You can see that connector over that side, and then the two on the base. The big fellas there, the big terminals there, are for the cooling fan itself, the cooling fan motor. So they draw a lot of current, and that's probably where the problem has started. We've probably got a MOSFET inside that's overheated and partially shorted, and that's what we're replacing the module with. Well, that wasn't quite as easy as I hoped it would be. Really hard to get some of these connectors off. They were stuck in place. This little guy goes off the side to the cooling fan. I pulled it off the cooling fan. It was easier than pulling that off. I ended up disconnecting the wiring and pulling this module up, feeding it up through the top so I could get through it. I got scratch marks all over my arms where I've got caught on stuff, so it wasn't quite as easy as I had hoped, but at least it's out and we can chuck the new module in and see if that sorted the issue. Finally got it installed. A few scum knuckles, but it's all done. Remember before, even when I turned the ignition on, the fan would come on full speed. It would go up and down all over the place. So now the test is to turn the ignition on, see what it does. Ignition on. That's pretty quiet, hey? Let's turn on the air conditioner and see if that makes a difference. Cooling fan is on. Make that cooling fans are on. Let's turn the air conditioner off now and see if the fans cut out. So that duty cycle, you could hear the sound come down. The duty cycle was being stepped down according to what was necessary. Let's hook up the scan tool and see if we can do actuations now. I've gone ahead and done a full system scan. As you can see, a post scan up the top there. I'll print that out for the customer for their records. So yeah, cleared the codes, no problems. Let's have a look at actuations now. PCM, active test. We'll go into variable fan duty cycle there. Okay that. We need to run the engine now. Right, you might have to listen very carefully to hear it when I bring the duty cycle up. See how we go. Oops. Increase it. Can you hear that? Doesn't take it up to 100%, I don't believe. Yeah, but you can clearly hear that I've got control over it now. 60, 80. So that's good. We've got full control of the module now, so it's obviously working fine. Time to button it up and ship it out to the customer. So after a tested outcome, the happy customer came and took their vehicle away, knowing that the solution had been found. I hope you got something from the video today, guys, and if you did and you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like and feel free to comment down below. Hey, don't forget about that notification bell. You don't want to miss any future videos. Of course, don't forget about Facebook as well as Instagram. You can catch up with what we're doing on there as well. So until next time, guys, this is Miracle Max signing off. I will catch you later.